everyone, I'm McDices. I do a lot of horror games and horror games speedruns. Today I played for the first time the Inunaki Tunnel, which is part of the Chillas Games, list. I already beat all the endings, so I figured, hey, I'm going to try speedrunning the good ending. This could go really well or really bad, depending on how it goes. There's some weird little niches, but overall, it's quite literally a walk-forward speedrun, so I'll kind of be talking about how we walk forward. That being said, time begins once you kind of push on the first text. So we're just going to hit start here, and then we'll be going once we kind of see the text come in. Alright, we'll count down. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So you don't actually need an actual timer since the game has a nice timer, but it's nice to have it anyway. And you may not have noticed it, before the game actually begins, I am not moving up the ladder. I am moving forward and left so I can get to the ladder as soon as possible. Now, lore-wise, the Inunaki Tunnel is about a Japanese urban legend of a deadly tunnel, and there's many things that go along with that. People in chat have kind of been talking about the various stories. Someone, I think, mentioned, like, a cannibal village, especially as some ancient village that's blocked off by a tunnel, to my knowledge. As a speedrun, it's mostly routing, so first we go left, and then we'll go left yet again. Weirdly enough, I actually got this correct in my first playthrough, and this game can get quite confusing if you don't know what's up. There's also other options I didn't really like. You can have like an old school filter which makes it look more like the VHS, and you can also take it easy, Isquin, have a good one. You can also turn on head bobbing, which isn't the worst thing, but it's definitely kind of a weird thing, you know? So for the most part, we're trying to make our way through this tunnel as safely as possible. It is a bit dark, so we'll keep the flashlight on, but you can see how dark it gets without the flashlight. Ah yes, Gorilla Crit Bussy, ah yes. And what's up, Gert? It's Roz's birthday? It is indeed Roz's birthday, yes. So at a certain point, we're going to be hitting a turn, and when we get to that turn, I will be going left at the turn. Well, it was Roz's birthday, I should say. It's the nice green path, as you can see with the light. I kind of wonder if zooming in like that makes you go faster. I don't think it actually does. Head bobbing, you can also zoom. It doesn't make you go slower, but it does make you go faster. And like I mentioned, there actually is a timer directly above me, which is surprisingly a little bit faster than my actual timer. From what I can tell. So that's kind of funny. Anyway, now that we're getting out of the tunnel, I got really confused when I first played this, but what we're going to be doing is going right. There's going to be these arches coming up, and this is supposed to be a hint that there's a path up here. So we're able to go on the path. I should mention as well that this is going to be the good ending speedrun. This isn't bad ending. Now, the difference between good ending and bad ending is, for good ending, we need to get all the statue collectibles and put them on their tables, essentially. So what I am going to be doing is grabbing the first statue from in here. In order to do that, though, we need to go from behind and grab the little ring to open the door. You don't have to do this entirely. If you're doing good ending, you can just open it and walk in. But since you're doing you don't have to do this entirely for bad ending, but since you're doing good ending, what we're going to be doing instead is grabbing the statue and putting it on the altar that you may have seen behind the building. Right there. I'm not gonna lie, first time I ever played this, I didn't realize that there was these altars around, and I carried the statue like all the way to the ending because I'm stupid. But that's okay. Getting that little event also knocks that guy out of the tree, so now I have a key, as you can see here, and we're able to move forward yet again. In terms of actual tricks of this game, I did actually manage to find like a brief, like you can kind of like walk on things, sort of like this. But you can't actually like, you know, get down from there. There's like invisible walls. So even though I can do it, it's not really worth it. And it's mostly just kind of in a very, very minor, if any, time save. It would be awesome if you could just fall down that, but still. We're going to start the ghost card again. Does the Pope shit in the woods? Empress Moth? That is the question. Anyway, another thing if you do not know with any Chillas games is the reach of things is deceptively far. You can, like, put the key in the ignition from, like, 20 feet away. You don't understand the idiom? Yes. So, Empress Moth in chat has mentioned something in particular, and that is a little Easter egg I like. I don't know why this exists, but it's hilarious to me. There's going to be a truck coming up, and I'm just going to show you what happens with the truck. Let's see, where are you at? Where's the truck? Where's the truck? It's coming. And it doesn't do anything as far as I can tell, well, anything major for the game's story or anything like that, but there, see, there's the truck. And just look at it. It just drives away, and that's it. It serves zero purpose to anything except it just ghost car, ghost truck, or something to that effect. So once we get out of this tunnel, we're going to be hitting our next area of the game, and probably actually my favorite part of it, which is just a minor puzzle. It gave me a brief thinker. It's a very easy puzzle, but it really makes you think, if you know what I'm saying. I'm going to be solving that puzzle first, because one, it's along the way to the path I'm going to be going to the next statue, which is also here, and also, it's just really convenient because I open a gate. The answer is going to be hour hand on 4, and little hand, or minute hand on 12. You can do that very quick, as you can see. And by doing that, you can save quite a lot of time. The reason why I want to do that earlier is because there's going to be a gate that's going to be opening, and it's a very minor amount of time, but it also brings me along the way to get this statue, which the pedestal for said statue I could not actually find, so I carry the statue with me like a dumbass. It's in this corner. Once you have that, you can just keep moving forward, and then you're good to go. Also, if you're wondering how you're supposed to figure this out, there's a note on the ground that tells you the first person here is the minute hand, or the hour hand. The last person here is the minute hand. So you're supposed to kind of gauge the positions of the tombstones and kind of figure that out. So right now, we've done 2 of the 5 statues. For good ending, like I mentioned, it's all about placing the statues on their altars. We're going to be getting the next one, in fact. And I'm actually going to take a minor reroute on this, I think. But what I'm going to be doing is, let's see, I'm going to try placing a quick one on another one, and then I'll try going through that. Because what's going to happen is, to get one of the statues, you're going to have to rescue an adorable dog. Now, the thing with the dog is, he moves like he is moving through molasses, or like slime or something like that. So, the problem with that is, following him would normally be slow, but I can do other things while he's going. The other issue to that, though, on the other hand, is that while I can go fast, I'm also barely able to see, because surprisingly enough, as you can kind of tell, this game's pretty dark. Also, we use this opener to open up this van and get an axe on the inside, which I'm using for quite a lot of stuff. So we're going to need the axe. It's very important to have. There we go. The issue becomes, though, while I do know where the dog eventually ends up, I don't remember where the dog starts, so that's going to be my major issue. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start the dog mission, and then we're going to do the rest of it, I think. Or even then, I might just, I might take the tree first, and then go to the dog. And then with that, I'll do all the inside stuff, and then we'll keep moving from there. And the reason why I want to do that order is because once I find the dog, I'm going to be able to immediately place a statue on the altar. Because from what I can tell, there's no specifics on the statues. You just kind of have to have the right, like, any statue on anything. You can kind of hear the dog right now. We'll be getting to him in a moment. He's very audio-based, unfortunately. Alright. So like I mentioned, we're going to take the axe, we're going to break this. If you're wondering what the hint is, if you look up, you'll see there's a statue in the tree. So by taking the statue, we're good to move now. And now I got to find the dog. Because there is a dog on the beaten path over here somewhere. Somewhere around here. There he is. So we're going to help the dog out. He's stuck in barbed wire, and to thank us for all our hard work, what this dog is going to do for us is he's going to lead us to the next statue, which he should do that. Come on. I think he just walks now. Yep, there he is. So the dog has begun his journey. What I'm going to do now is, while the dog is doing his thing, I am going to just go back to the village, and I'm going to do all the village tasks immediately. And once the dog's all done, I will do that. The reason why is because the dog's going to have mandatory kind of waiting, and while, sure, I could wait, I'm going to much rather do task instead, because the dog's going to take his moment to, like, bark, and he's going to chill. This way is going to be much faster and a little bit safer, all things considered, for the routing of this game. There's a few things you can do in terms of the route. You can end up, like, putting, you can kind of drop things and move with them. I think just grabbing them and going might be a bit faster, in all honesty. There's little benefits you can do, but there isn't too much. And we gotta get all the parts. So after I get this one, we're going to be getting a lighter. We're going to be getting a log that's coming up here in the corner. Log. Once the dog's all done as well, we're going to be able to get the final statue from him. So we're doing all the tasks in here first, because I think it'll be a little bit better for us. Alright, nice. Let's grab the shovel. Let's look at it as a statue. We're going to ring the gong, which is the bell. Most of the puzzles in this, like, if you already know the answer, it's incredibly easy, and just kind of put the pieces where they need to be. But otherwise, there's a lot you can kind of do with it as well. There's the tiny one, so I'm going to put this shovel right there, and we're going to grab this, and then we're going to be able to do all this kind of at once, which is really nice. And then once we're done, we should be able to go back to the dog, have him unbury the thing, and then we'll be good to go at that point. Alright, so we're going to spin the crank. We're doing really good right now, by the way, chat. We're doing really good in terms of this run. If you're wondering how you solve all the puzzles, the way they kind of end up getting solved... Also, I need the lighter. Thank you. I probably should have kept... I'm a bit dumb. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, placing it right in front of the bridge, and then we dig here. I probably shouldn't have grabbed the lighter, because that turned off all the lights, and that's going to make things harder to see. But you know what? I'm not the smartest tool in the shed sometimes. Okay. So now all we gotta do is remember that the lighter's right there, and what we are going to do is go back to the dog. And then with the dog, I'll place the final altar, and then once that's done, we're all good to go. And the reason why I wanted to wait for the dog is because I can kind of just glide along this wall, and when I make my way back down, I'll be right at the statue. So it's kind of ideal to let the dog do his thing, because, well, there he is, ready to dig. He won't dig until you actually command him to dig, though. But it's way better than the alternative, which is not digging like this. Hey, thank you for the follow. Okay, so now I have all this. All we have to do is light the altar, and we are almost good to go. We are almost done with the Inunaki Tunnel. Now, the rest of the run is a breeze. Once you get all the statues, incredibly easy. We got all the statues. If you're playing this game for the first time and you have done this, you can end up grabbing the achievement, which is... Thank you. Which is Saint, which is you collected all the statues and put them down. And then once you do that, you're good to go. So, you might be wondering, why did I need to light the matches? You light the matches because that allows you to pass by the ghost. To my knowledge, there's a ghost that'll kill you. Also, Clouds with the Twitch Prime, thank you very much. Also, if you want secret ending, you go down that path. That will give you the secret ending, which isn't very... I'm not a huge fan, it's okay. Clouds, enjoy the emotes, enjoy the sub, and thank you very much. Hope you're having a wonderful day. This has been pretty good, though, for the most part. We have a 1240, might be a bit lower. But if you've done anything, if you've done everything in the game and now you're good to go, you just keep moving forward, and the run will end once you get in the final police car. So that does leave us with one more thing to do, and the run does end with about a minute-long waiting section. Secret ending is bad. It's funny, but it's bad. For those of you wondering what the three endings are, the good ending is we escape with the footage, but the footage, we'll show what happens with that. The bad ending is you end up dying by a dog chasing you, and then a girl shows up on the camera. Now, the secret ending is that girl on the camera ends up chasing us. However, we run into a slight issue in that once we hit the streets here, we're going to get hit by a car. But since I did everything just fine, what's going to happen now is we are just going to chill and walk down the road. Once the police arrive, we win the game. And that is that. Pretty good, I'd say. Pretty good stuff. Here's like an invisible wall, so you can kind of wait. The moment you click on the police car, you win the game. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, see, invisible wall right about here. It's a pretty chill game for most things considered, and this will likely be world record by a little bit, so... It was exactly what I kind of figured. I think rerouting this to make the dog last and just do everything inside while doing the dog, and also the fact that the stones don't actually matter and can be put on any of them is really nice. But, yeah, it's a very neat speedrun, very quick to run. It took me, what, about 14.5 minutes, I'm betting. Roughly about that amount. Either way, a really easy one. Quite fun. Neat little horror game. Doing the dog? Correct, Kurlau. But not like that. Alright, come on, game. Where's the cop car? There it is! Mr. Policeman, you gotta hurry up. There's a killer after me. Once you click on the car and it fades to black, time is done. And time. So, by the way, for anyone wondering, that's world record on my second run of this game at a 14:48. The old world record was about a 15. Is there even any danger? There is danger at the candles. There is some jump scares that can happen. And then if you make a wrong turn at the end of the game, you can also die. This game does hit you with the jump scare at the very end if you take that ending, but honestly, there isn't too much danger. But anyway, enjoy the credits. As I've finally done it, I've successfully recorded the infamous Inunaki Tunnel. By the way, I realize my thing up here is covering some of the text. I'll read it. I did not care about what happened to me back there. My mind was occupied by the excitement of being the first ever to record the entirety of what's beyond the tunnel of Inunaki. However, tonight, I am utterly disappointed. This cannot be. The recording was swapped with a video recorded by a girl I've never seen or ever heard of. The video is very odd. Thank you, Magos. At first, the girl seemed very cheery and happy, but the video would cut here and there without a reason, and every time that happened, the girl seemed to grow more and more pale, almost translucent. Maybe because of the shift in lighting, the poor image quality of the video. This is madness. I must get back and record it again, before the place is completely blocked. And that is the Inunaki Tunnel. Pretty easy game. I got world record my second try. Result, recording successful. So we did it. It's a pretty tight run. So either way, if you enjoyed this commentary, feel free to shoot me a follow or subscribe or whatever it might be. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.